Hey, good evening. Everett's Watercolors is Everett. Everett's Watercolors with Simply Drawing with Everett tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm broadcasting live to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, and later on I'll be broadcasting it over to Instagram. I'm in the studio tonight with my wife, Gloria.
Hi, everybody.
And she'll be monitoring the broadcast and also checking the chat room. The chat room's live, and feel free to give me a comment and ask any questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. For those of you who are just checking in on me first time, please subscribe to my channel and give me a like and give me a thumbs up. It helps my rating. If you're subscribed, then you'll get notified of my next video. So tonight, what I'm going to do is another drawing, and I'm going to do what I think one of the things I love to do is paint, is draw. So let me go to my overhead camera and let me show you what I'm going to do. We're going to do a building tonight, and this is where I live. There aren't too many tall buildings around, but this is one of the taller buildings around it, pretty close by in the neighborhood. So I decided to take a photograph of this the other morning, and it's an interesting shape. So we're going to draw this building, and I'm going to use a pen, a fountain pen. You can use a pencil, or you can use a ballpoint pen or whatever, but I prefer to use an ink pen. It's waterproof, and I'm going to also put some color on there with my travel kit. My travel kit comes with three primary colors, 2 brushes, a palette, a visual journal, and a dot spray bottle. Palette and a bottle sold exclusively on Everett's Watercolors. So I'll be using that a little bit later on when I get finished with the drawing. So I'm going to open up my pen here, and I want to get started. Now, what the purpose of this sketch is with a pen or pencil, and I'm going to use an ink pen, and it's going to be an impression of the subject. It's not going to be perfectly detailed or what. I'm not going to use rulers or any sharp edges or whatever. I'm just going to draw what I see, but I'm going to do it in a way. I'm going to start drawing. I'm going to start in one point, and I'm going to be just free flowing, and I'm going to capture the shapes as I see them. So I'm going to start over here. I think over here on the left-hand side, on this corner here on the left, and I'm going to start at the bottom of the building over here. And so you can see my pen, and so I'll get started right over here, and I'm going to continue on across on the horizontal, and I'm not going to make a perfect straight line. There's a little bit of texture there, so I'm going to just move it up and down a little bit, let it wiggle. A little wiggly line is okay, no problem at all. I'm going to go all the way across the paper, okay? And then I'm going to come up the other side, up the right side, over here. It's a vertical, and I'm going to also just capture the edge of that. And I'm going to come across horizontally again, okay, parallel with that first line I did. But this is the bottom of the rooftop. That's the bottom edge of the rooftop over there. Now I'm going to come on down here vertically again. Then I'm going to try to capture this center portion here. This part's very important of the building. So I'll go about right here, and I'm going to go up. And you can see here there's a little window here. I'm going to capture that. And I'm going to go over here. Now there's this arch point here. I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. And it's you can see it's just a little bit above this line over here I did over here. So it's a little bit higher than this line here. So I can go on up. I'm getting on the inside of that arch. So I'm going to go up here and come on around, make it as smooth as I can. Okay, then I'm going to go up on the other side. Now there's another little window over here on this side of the arch, right here. So I'll get that in, I'll grab that in. Then I'll come on back down, okay? Okay, then I'll continue on. Let's see, there's a little, this white section here on the building. I got the outside section of that. I'm going to go up. So I can almost get the building itself now. And notice what I'm doing. I'm not picking up the pen at all. I'm just continuing on drawing. It's almost similar to a one-line drawing up to the edge of the building. I'm going up now to the rooftop now, up to the peak. And I'm going to keep track of, I'm in the middle of this arch over here. You can see the piece at the middle of the arch. I'm going to come up here to the middle of the arch. I can see that over here where I am. Then I'm going to come back down and come down to this other part of the rooftop. So I can come on down. Let's see, I got to aim it for that section right there. And then I can go on out to the right at the top of this rooftop. And there's these little peaks there. I can pick those up. Those little peaks. There are little windows there at the top of that roof. So I'm going to catch those. Then I'm going out to the this roof goes off to the right over here. So let me draw that down. Okay, now come on down. Now I'm going to get the bottom of this parallel. This is the edge of the roof. Come on over. Drawing as straight as I can. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get these. There's two arches over here I want to capture over here while I'm on this side. So I'm going to come on in. Draw that arch. It's in the middle of the building. Then I'm going to go back up. Get that arch. And then come on down. There's a window right there, a large window. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Okay, that's a large window. Come over here again. Trace that back up. Then while I'm here, I can get, there's a backdrop here on this window. So I'm going to go across here. There's a little backdrop here. That's a window you can see through. I'm very familiar with this building, so I know what the inside of it is. And also, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, I can get 2 over here. See, I can get 1 here. There's these dividers I can put in. These are for the windows. I can come over here and get this one. Come on down and get that one, okay? All right, I just roughed that one in. It's not perfect. Now come over here now. I'm over to the right arch over here. Come over, there's a space in between. Then I'm going to get this arch here. I'm going to take the upper section. Come on down and come back. Get that arch in. Come on down. Come across. And I can get this, there's a section right there. Okay, then that comes over. Now I'm going to come back the other way. So I still got the pen on the paper. I haven't picked it up yet. So what I can do now, I got to go up here. I got to get this section here. This section on the right of the building. That goes up. Now while I'm here, I'm going to go over and get these little windows over here. There's one there. Come on over. Get the next one. Come over. These aren't perfect, but they represent the building. Okay. Okay, now I can come back. I'm retracing my steps. Again, this is just a rough estimate of what I'm drawing. I'm just drawing as. Let's see now. I can go over. I'm going to just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put a line here. And I can go down. That's this section right here. Then I can come back over. Now I go around the top of this arc, following the other one. It's not going to be perfect. It'll have some wiggly lines in it. I come down here, go straight across. Then I go back up on the other side. And I get the inside of the roof structure here. Inside, I go up here. Okay, now I'm going to come down and get this center part. So I'll go around here. Get the inside. Go back out. Okay, now I'll come down on the other side. I come down the other side, come over here. I got that. Okay. Now I think the easiest path now is to go on up. Let's see, come on down. Come on down. Come down to the bottom. Go across again. Let's see. I got to get. See what I'll do now. I got to put some more structure in there. That's the window. Okay, I got to come down some more. Yeah. Okay, this has got to come across here. There's a bottom part here, which is part of the structure. Come across here. This is like a wall next to the sidewalk, it comes all the way up. So what I'll do here now, I can go up here. Now I got this, there's an arch over here on this side. So there's a window, a large window. I'll go up. And I can go in and get the window. So it's come over here and see, it's about, I'm going to estimate it's about halfway. So I'm going to make this arch about halfway. And come on back. Come on down. And go across. You can see it's not a perfect drawing, but it's a simulation. And then I'm going to need this other arch over here. So I'll go on the inside. And I'll come down here and stop there and come on back. Come on over. Okay, I come down on the bottom. This is the window, and come up. There's an opening over here, a wall. There's a rooftop up here, and then there's another window on this side over here. There's a window. I can see it. I'll put that in. In the middle of the arch, just off to the right side of the arch, there's another window. Not going to be perfect. Okay, we come in here. There's one more off the right side. Okay. And when I can come down, I can right now go up here to the top, finish off that section to the top of the roof. Then I can come down this side, and then I same as the other side. There's a roof edge of the roof along here, which goes to the left. Come down, and here's another part of here's the other edge of the roof, like a decoration or a part. Okay. Now I gotta go back up here. I got a couple more lines to draw in. I got one more here. I got to make the same as this window over here. It's got some bars across it. So I'm going to go across here. Straight line. Then it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, the 5. So I'm going to come up here. 1. Come in. 2. 3. And then one more. 4. Okay. That's another window. Okay, then I come down, this wall, continue on, there's a wall way across here. Okay, now I come back. I'm still haven't lifted the pen from the paper. Let's see, oh, I gotta get some more lines in. Okay, here's a line here. These aren't really that important, but I'll put a couple in. I see there's some lines in this window here. And I'll put a cross one there, just kind of window here. Come across the window here. 1, 2. And come on in. Now there's this. Now in the center is very important. This is the center section here. It's solid, so I'm going to put another line in here to capture that, and come across here. And this window's got some structure to it, so I can put it's a window that's got some division to it, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in off that way. And then it has another little circular piece like that, just for decoration, I guess. And then down here is this window is another large window. I'm just going to put some divisions in there. I don't know exactly how many there are. I'm just going to put them in there just to indicate what that is. And then there's a line up here across there. Okay, and I'm going to lift my pen, okay? So I drew the whole thing with one line with the ink pen. Now what I'm going to do now, I didn't draw the little windows, but I'll go ahead and put those in separately. Each one of these little windows up here has got a glass. I'll draw that in. Okay, All right, so the drawing is complete. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put my pen away. So that's really a drawing from observation, and drawing it just with a freehand drawing, just using a pen or a pencil, whatever. I use the ink pen. Okay, now I'm going to go put some color on here. Now, the main color, of course, is this red brick. So I can go ahead and put that in. So I'm going to mix a little color with my palette here, and I use the spray bottle and wet the so I use a little bit of red, and I'm going to darken it up a little bit with a little blue. So I don't want to be perfectly red. So I'm going to start with a red and a touch of blue to dull it down. I don't want this to be too wet because this is only sketch paper, so it doesn't take much water. I won't be able to put much water on this paper, so I'm going to make almost a dry brush on this. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting this color in. So this is the red brick that goes around. Again, I'm just going to put a little bit of it in, not a little bit, but just to sketch it in quickly with watercolor. This is Holbein's Artist Watercolor. This happens to be a Pyro Red, which is in the travel kit. Pyro Red. And pick up another brush load here, and I'll get the other front of this side over here, this brick side of the wall, or brick side of the building. And I'm going to leave the white light areas. I'm going to leave that white. I'm not going to worry about coloring that in. Just going to leave that white. I'm just going to get the red brick portion. Leave the white of the paper as the white of the building, or light part of the building. And so I got one more section over here on this right side, which is brick. This is all brick over here. And you can see by using the waterproof ink now, I don't have anything running here on me, because that's permanent ink, so it won't run. So if you're going to do a drawing like this with watercolor or water-based paint, then you'll make sure you have a waterproof pen. Now, also this part back in here, I can put a little more dark in it, a little darker. This is the doorways, which are no windows in. These are doorways as you walk into the building over here. So these are in shadow. This is really the back wall. These are walking that entranceway, and that's a back wall. Then you go into the building this way, inside into the store. Put another one over here. This is another entrance over here. That's in shadow. Okay. All right. Now the other color I get, the rooftop is black. So what I do I have 3 colors in the travel kit, but I've also augmented my colors by putting titanium white or Chinese white and Payne's gray, which is a black. And those allow me to change the color, alter my colors very quickly by putting a light or a dark mixed in. So those are 2 colors that I added personally to this palette, besides the 3 primaries that I have in the travel kit. So the travel kit comes with the 3 primaries, red, yellow, and blue, but you can add whatever other colors you want, depending on your desires. But with that primary colors, I have mixed just about every color I want. When I'm out painting outdoors, using the 3 primaries, I can mix any color I want. Now with additional white and black or Payne's gray, they allow me to change the values quickly or add a little tone to the primary. So that's why I have the black and the white added. That gives me additional control over how dark and how light I want to make my colors. That black top there, and one more, I get the side over here. So with a quick drawing to making a sketch, I also take a photograph. Whenever I go out painting, I always take a photograph of what I'm drawing or painting, and then I do an on-site sketch, plein air sketch, which means take my pencil or ink pen, and I draw the design, I draw the sketch of the object, and then I'll put some color on it. That way I've got complete information about what I'm looking at. And if I want to make a painting out of that later on, then I've got all the information I need. Also, I use the flat brush for doing that, and then the round brush is nice for putting in small areas. So I'll take the round. This is a number 8 round. These are silver brush natural hair brushes, which are really nice. They're good quality brushes. The paint's artist quality paint, so you're getting, it's a good quality travel kit. The Strathmore Visual Journal is also an artist level book to draw in. It's a multimedia, so you can use it for anything. Use it for watercolor, acrylics, pastels or pencils or whatever you want to use on it. It's multimedia. Okay, that's the blue in the windows. And now the other thing is, this happened to be early in the morning, so the lights are on the inside, of the building, and they're yellow. So I can go ahead and mix up a little bit of yellow and use that color. I've used the blue and I've used the red. Now I can use a little bit of the yellow, which is kind of nice for this drawing exercise, is to use all 3 colors here, the primaries. This is I used ultramarine blue for my blue, and this is permanent yellow lemon for my yellow. So over here I'm going to put in the yellow window. This is the lights coming through. Now I see as I do that, there's also got a wall I got to put in here. So I'll put that in after I finish this. There's another one over on the right. And the inside of the building was all lit up with a yellow. So this was, as I say, the lights were on early in the morning. This was about it was roughly 6:30 in the morning. Maybe a little bit before 7. The sun was just coming up, but lights were on inside the building. And I took this photograph. The nice reason I took the photograph here because there was very few cars in the parking lot, so it was a good opportunity to get a picture of the whole building without any interference. There was only a couple of cars parked out there, so it was a good opportunity to take a photo of this picture of this building. And I did that ahead of time for planning for this demonstration of doing a drawing of a building. Let's see. There are a couple of spots I've missed, so I'll use the round brush again, and I'll use the round brush and I'll continue on with the red. I'm going to put a little bit of this. This is also in shadow. Add a little blue to that red, and so these were back walls too. There was another back wall behind here, so I'll fill that in. That wasn't white, so that gets filled in with red or a dark red, and there was one over here. So there's a partial window with the light on it, but the rest was in shadow. Okay, one other spot, and that's the little icon up here in the center. It's a little window of some kind I got here in the top of this building. Fill that in. Okay. The first thing I'm going to pick up I'm going to pick up the flat brush again. This is a 1/2-inch flat natural hair made by Silver Brush, part of the travel kit. And I'm going to go ahead so you can see the blue sky up there. So I'm going to put a little bit of blue up here above the building, and will give me a nice edge on the building itself. Put a little blue sky up here in the building, on top of behind the building. And again, it gives me an opportunity to use the blue color again. This is ultramarine blue. And just do a partial here, just above the building, just to indicate the color of the sky. Also, I like to paint the lighting, whether it was a cloudy day or a sunny day. This had to be a clear day. The sun was just coming up, but there was not a cloud in the sky. So you can see the blue sky up there. So it was a very clear day. You could see everything very clearly. So I've got a complete documentation here now of the actual location. I got the location, I got the size, got the color, I got the atmospheric condition, the weather. It was a clear day. Hey, and remember, I'm painting on top of sketch paper, so sketch paper is a little bit it doesn't take much water, so it'll stain the paper very dark, so you get some lights and dark areas. Okay, and the last place I want to put, I'm going to use a little bit. Of art. I'm going to take a little bit of this black, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the parking lot area. Okay, and I'm going to leave a little bit of white here to show the sidewalk. A little bit of black for the just indicate the parking lot area. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and put this other part of the wall in. There was a wall, this wall section right here in the front. Okay, and that completes my drawing of the building. And what I can do, I'll put a little mat around it. If you want, you want to frame something like this when you're done there, I can put a frame around it. Okay. So what I've done is I did a fast sketch with a pen, and then I put some watercolor on it to do a small little painting. So let me go to the main camera. Okay, that was my drawing exercise tonight. Really, it was a pen and ink sketch of a building. And I chose a bigger building, not the biggest building, but a big building that had lots of sizes to it and different angles. There was a lot of repetition of it. The windows are very similar on both sides of the center, and the duplication of the windows on top of roofs. So once you got one down, you could very easily duplicate that on the other side. The size of it depends on how big you want to make the drawing and so forth. The travel set was added here to show you what you can do to a drawing of this type is by adding some color. And just the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and a couple of brushes and some water. That's all you need. So I hope you like that, and I'll be back again next week at 7:30 p.m. on Simply Drawing with Everett. And we'll find something else to draw. I'm sure we can. Now, on Sunday, I put out a video. This is a live tonight, but on Sunday, I put out a video that is called Anyone Can Draw with One Line Only. Now, I drew this drawing tonight with one line, basically. The majority of it was one line. And it was kind of a good way to warm up, maybe a little way to talk about one-line drawing, but one-line drawing is a good way to get a quick sketch, not necessarily perfect, but to get the outline and get the characteristic and the substance of what you're looking at. A one-line drawing. I love to do them. They're my favorite way to draw. Also, next week, I'll be back here on Thursday. First of all, at 2 p.m., I'll be painting with Everett's Watercolors at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then at 7:30 next Thursday, same place, same station, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you then, and see me on my next video. So bye.